Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing something fun. We're down the Shawnee again. We're hiking the River to River Trail. What you see right behind me there, that's the Karber's Ridge Blacktop. We're going to hike from right here. We just got dropped out here. We're going to hike from here to Garden of the Gods. I think it'll be about 6 miles. So come along with us and enjoy the fun. All right, so here's a sign telling us that we're heading towards Grand Tower, more or less. We're not going to make it to Grand Tower today, but we are going westbound. You can see there's really no place to park here. Had a little bit of trouble finding it. Got some traffic coming. But yeah, this is a good look at where you would be if you're crossing the Karber's Ridge Road. And then we'll just head on up. This is a forestry road here. We'll take that a little ways. This will be map 2 of your River to River Trail Guide. I think it's map 1 if you're on the using the Avenza maps. There's our marker. See the lowercase I? So we're heading this way. Okay, so the first big stop on our hike today is going to be High Knob. Okay, so we're making a right turn here. And then when we get to High Knob, we'll have a good view of the fall colors. They haven't fully changed yet. There's still quite a bit of green, but we're in the last week of October, so I'm hoping to see something good for you guys. Okay, so where we're at right here, this is an important thing here. So if we were to follow where we just came from, that would take us eventually to Elizabethtown. If we was to make a right here and turn, that would take us on the old Battery Rock section of the trail. I believe it was the first part of the trail before we decided to begin starting at Elizabethtown. So Battery Rock, that's upriver from Cave-in Rock, and it's another section of the trail that doesn't often get done. But there's a look at it right there, and what we're at right here is the Junction. Okay. So if you were eastbound, like leaving Grand Tower, headed to one or the other, this is what you would see. You would stay right to go to Elizabethtown, and you'd make a left to go to Battery Rock. I believe this is what on the map is called the Elizabethtown Junction. So we should have like 1.9 miles, I believe, this way to get to High Knob. And we see our marker up there on the tree. Love seeing the markers. That lets you know you're on the right path. You haven't missed a turn or something. You can see a lot of the leaves are falling. Some are already on the ground. But still a lot of greenery. I've been going uphill quite a bit because when we get to High Knob, that's a very high spot. I guess that's probably why they call it High Knob, right? But there'll be a good look out there, and we'll give you a shot of that. All right, so we've come to another fork in the road. And I like to use the term Yogi Bear used: when you come to a fork in the road, take it, right? Well, which one are we going to take? There's our blue eye, so we're going to take that one. But this is that there's going to take you to 150. I don't know if I can zoom in and show you here. There you go. So if you're wanting to do that trail, and there's another one over there. Not sure what that's going to do. It says old. I can't read it from here. I'm too lazy to walk over there. But there's another option. We're going to take option number 3, which is a left, and stay on trail 001, the River to River Trail. We got a little rain this morning. It rained yesterday, and I've been picking up. I'll flip you around and let me show you. You can see that the ground is kind of wet, and it's sticking to my boots there. And I've been picking it up, and it got in the back of my shoe. So I started getting a little bit of a blister. I could feel it, so I stopped. I found it real important. And what I did was I pulled off. I'm just sitting on an old dead log here. I pulled one of these leaves off this tree. It's still green and real flexible. And I cut the stem off about right there. Then I pulled my sock down and I put that over the blister, okay? And then I pulled my sock back up, and hopefully that'll stay over my blister. It won't cause me any problems. And we'll show you, try to remember to show you that at the end of the video if you stick around. If that worked out or not. There's my pack. I just took my pack off. I got a heavy pack today. We're only going 6 miles. So I thought we'd make it a good workout, and it's supposed to be about 80 today, so I'm getting pretty sweaty already. We're 2 miles in. Okay, so our leaf got tore to shred. There's a little piece of it, but it just got shredded inside my sock there. So plan B, I took my sock and I got all the leaf out, and then I folded my sock where it's double. All right, so we're gonna try that now and see what happens, because it's just shredding the back of my heel for some reason today. These are the socks and boots I wear all the time, but today it's decided my left foot doesn't like them. Something kind of cool here. Just out in the middle of nowhere, really. Old shed. Probably a home site. Got a good metal roof on it. Probably continue to stay there quite a while. See if this shows us anything here. Yeah, maybe we can check it out. Let's see. Been plenty of horses up in here looking. So it's probably an old barn. There was the front porch. Ain't that something? Yeah, I got a floor in it. Looks like the coons call it home now. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Someone lived here at one time. Yeah, there would have been the fireplace. Heading upstairs. How cool is that? Yeah, this is the foundation. See, that's just a limestone. They're all down through there. And with that good metal roof, this side has stayed really nice. This would probably be a bedroom. How cool is that, huh? So I had like a shingle siding. There's a good patchwork. Yeah. Just out here in the middle of the Shawnee. Something you're not going to see from a car. All right, back to the trail. And just to show you, I seen a sign right up the trail. We are on the right path. Let's see, there was a marker right here. Okay, but what we're looking for is right up around that tree. And we're getting really close to the high knob. Alrighty. Oh, look here. Here's another one. So, okay, let's look at this chimney. I don't know if you guys can see that. That chimney was made out of mud and rock. And, alright, we gotta walk up there and get a better look. The old couch. Huh? Look at this. That's a piece of history right there. See where each axe stroke, that's a whole log cabin, and they packed it with mud, right, filling the cracks. Had a loft up in it. And I'm sure it wasn't originally a metal roof, but they came back and added the metal roof. There's a clay chimney. Probably had two fireplaces, so one in the back and one in the front. She's just about to fall in, guys. The wood's rotted. I'm not gonna go in, but I'll give you the best look I can. This was pretty good size. There's the, wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, you got to get down here in the Shawnee and find these things. So this is something I missed on my through hike. When I did the through hike, when I got to the Karber's Ridge Road, I took the road over to Karber's Ridge. I got a buddy that's got a cabin there, and I spent the night, so I missed this section. This is my first time through here, and that right there is why you stay on the trail. Okay, so we made it to the road, and we're gonna make a right turn. This is gonna take us up to the high knob, up this way. All right, it's kind of windy up here, so I hope you guys can hear over the wind, but there's a pretty good view. I think it's still gonna be a couple weeks before the trees have changed. And it's really pretty up here. You'll see, instead of, it's still mostly green and brown there, you'll see a lot of color. But, all right. There's the view from High Knob. It's just a short walk off the river to river trail up here to the top, probably less than a quarter of a mile. I think it's worth it. You know, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hike down. We'll go through the campgrounds. There's a campground down here at the bottom. And then we'll start making our way over towards Garden of the Gods. It's a 4-mile trek through the Shawnee right there, through those hills to get to Garden of the Gods. And I'm ready to do her now. Before we leave, I'll give you a view here. There's picnic tables. If you wanted to have a picnic, got some charcoal grills and a decent little parking area here too. There's some information. So here's the map. This is also in the trail guide. And right now, without putting my glasses on, we're right around in here, and we're going over to here. So about from there to there. Okay, so right there's where we came out and made our right-hand turn, took the road up to High Knob. We've come back, there's a parking lot right here, and we're turned, heading back in to the River Trail. I saw a marker, I must have already passed it, it's right there on the tree. So right on up here, this will take us to the campgrounds. It was 4 miles to High Knob from where we got in the woods at the Karber's Ridge Road. There's another marker for us. It was 4 miles to High Knob. I didn't think it was going to be that far, so our hike today should be about 8 miles. Probably going to be a little over 8 miles because we got a little ways to go till we hit the 4 mile mark, I think. The sun's out and it's warming up. Okay, so right there, that's the store. And there's a trail angel in there. She goes by JoJo. Now, my heel that I've been working on, it was getting pretty rough. And I stopped just to see if they had any duct tape or something I could stick on it. And what they had was some medical tape. And I think it was for horses because it's pretty good size. And my heel feels really darn good right now. It's not rubbing at all. So hopefully that'll last all the way to Garden of the Gods. And I told her I had some cash and I had a feeling she wasn't going to take it, and she said no, that's not going to work. So we got out for nothing. The heel feels good, but My compliments to JoJo, thanks. All right, on our way to Garden of the Gods. All right, so we get out to the road, and if memory serves, we're just going straight on across. Looks like right there. Make sure there's no traffic. I think we could have went right down through there. I believe this is going to do the same thing for us. Keep us out of the weeds a little bit. This right here is probably our sign. Come around and take a look. River Trail, Garden of the Gods. Yes, sir. We are headed that way. All right. So the trail's got some challenges here, and if you were to walk out through there, that's going to be knee deep where the horses have went through it, and it's pretty soft. So I'm going to try to hug this edge over here and stay right along the edge and get through it. And this is not the first one. This is about the third one like this I've went through, so I thought I'd show you one. I'm gonna have to shut the camera off so I can use both hands, but just one of the things you'll have to think about when you get started. Okay, so we come into here, and you'll notice it by, there's a tie line right there where they can tie their horses up, take a break here. And if you're going west, the trail's going to curve around that way. But what I don't want you to miss, I'm going to take you up here. If you ever make it here, you got to come out here and see the view. And it looks like it's grown up a lot since I was here. But it's a shame, actually, because you can see a really long ways out there. But we've let this scenic view get grown up now, and you can't. Now, if I had time, you might hike out there. If you wanted to jump across that, if you're feeling froggy, get out there, you might be able to get up on that rock there and see. I'm not sure. But what I can tell you is I have a video on the River to River Trail. I'll put the link in the comments. And if you watch that video, you can see it in 2016 when it wasn't grown up. And you can see what a good view that is. All right, but for now, we're gonna head on up the trail. All right, so we've come here to a good bluff, good stone feature along the trail. Always good to look at. You see it's green, got a green color because it's got moss growing on it. Okay, here's another view of a good rock wall. And at this point, we're about 1.5 miles from Garden of the Gods by my calculations. So if you wanted to start at Garden of the Gods and go for a hike, go east on the River Trail, that would make you about a 3-mile hike. You'd go about 1.5 miles in, 1.5 miles out. This is something you'd see. Some more hikers up here. We may stop and talk to them. I'll just give you a little view here. And I talked to the hikers that were here. They camped here last night. They confirmed it is 1.5 miles in from Garden of the Gods. They're on their way back. So this would be a good place to come check out. Okay. We've come to the road crossing. Now, if you wanted to skip the trail and take the road, you'd make a left. If you're going west, you're going to make a left, wind around, and you'll come to Garden of the Gods. I believe if you go right, that's going to take you into Equality. I think you come to Glen O. Jones State Park first, but don't quote me on that. Feel free to comment if you know for sure. You can confirm it or correct it. So this video may or may not be intended for kids. Okay, we are getting very close. I don't know if you heard or saw, or there's a road right here beside us, and the parking lot for hikers is just across the road up here. But what we're coming up to is a cave. I'm going to show you that. Okay, so it's right there. And then the trail, you can go through here, and the trail's going to stay at the bottom of this bluff, and it's going to follow up, and I think it'll take you all the way up to the lookout. But I like to just hop out here on the road because that trail's not great and it splits and forks a couple hundred times. So we're going to hop out here and head up the trail. Okay, so the trail would come out there and you'd come across and you'd be right here. This is the backpackers parking. Here's the sign. What we did today was a little over 8.5 miles. And it is windy. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna head on up to the observation trail and take a few still shots, maybe watch sunset. If you haven't ever seen the sunset, I got a video on that. I'll put that link down in the description as well. We thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.